Glory to Ukraine, glory to brave Ukrainian army. We will definitely win. Ukraine stands. Rose Catalina, and this is florist rose, which perfectly suits to floristics, for floristic aims, and is one of the most prominent example of florist rose here in Ukraine and in my garden. I will show you video based on different years, because I have planted it in autumn 20 and it is grown for all these years, growing, blooming and making impressions, and none of them are very good. I'll share this with you. First of all, flowers, they are of the yellow color, but depending on the stage of the flower, depending on the day of the blooming, depending on the light, of course, during the weather conditions during the day, you will see how color will be different. And in addition, it differs pretty noticeable while during the life of the separate flower itself. During the opening and first day, second day, while it just was opened, the color would be more intense. But this yellow, it's not so intense as, for example, Frisia rose or China girl or golden zest. This yellow is more subtle, but when it is already a couple of days on the bush, it became more buttery yellow, more lemon yellow, but not so bright. It became more lighter yellow. Flowers, they are cupped, and they, in most cases, they will not open fully, but in some cases, as you can see here, they could open completely and show the middle of this middle eye. Of course, during the first days of the blooming, the flowers will be at their very and most attractive stage, of course, and I like this in this stage the most. All the branches, or almost all the branches, starting from the first year, they will be ending in clusters. So this bush, this variety, it blooms in clusters. Clusters not so rich, not so big, but still 4 and even more flowers will be here in these clusters. I love this color closer to the sunset, not maybe closer to sunset, but at 4 or 5 p.m. when sun became lowing down to the sunset. Then this color would be so soft and so light and so warm yellow. Very, very nice one. Bush itself, it's very compact. Although it is growing, of course, and it is visible how it became more bushy, more branchy, more generous, it is still very compact. It's very neat, and it will suit as a central accent, as a central point. As well, it will suit to the border, to some compositions, to some composition with perennials or other rose varieties. Very universal rose, I must admit. And as I mentioned, you will see different years, and this which you can see now on your screen, this is current year of the blooming, but shoots from August, if I'm not mistaken, or maybe end of August. So you can see that it is still generous, it is in clusters, but what I must admit additionally, it is susceptible to diseases in my garden from the first year. It's showing me different signs of diseases, and from year to year the same. I have applied different pesticides, but this not help to the end. And also I have noticed that even if there were very sunny, very hot and without any additional humidity weather conditions, so I would name that conditions perfect for the summer and for the roses. I have noted that this one, Catalina, it showed me such effect that the first day when flower started to bloom, opened from the bud, it is very, very attractive. And the second day I come to take a look, to make shoots, and what do I see? Flowers became pinky. Yeah, pink edges, some pink shades appear. And I thought, what could this be and why? Because the conditions of the weather are very nice, very good. What could we desire better? But yeah, I have noticed this for a couple of clusters and then for all of them. And then I have noted that even small period of humidity, even small period of different and very noticeable difference in temperatures between daily and nightly temperatures, they will influence the view and attractiveness of the flowers. Of course, flowers in this variety and this variety, they are very long lasting. As on the bush, the same in vase, you will see them more than a week, for longer than a week. But of course, attractiveness will be lost, and they could become first pinky, then they could become even browny, and yeah, not very attractive. And in addition, this will be middle flower of the cluster, because cluster, at least here in Catalina, first opens the middle flower, and then all the outer ones. And this middle one, of course, will be spoiled also first. So I have to go through these clusters and cut this central flower from them, because this would influence the general attractiveness of the bush. According to my observations from these 3 seasons of blooming, I have noticed and spotted that, yeah, it could depend on weather. Even if I suggest this weather is positive, is suit best for the rose varieties, but still, it could, flower could be influenced by not sure what conditions, and would lose its very, very nice yellow color, and would turn into the pinky one, and of course could be spoiled by some conditions, humidity, and would become brown one. So would not, of course, say that this is the best variety and I would recommend it everyone. No, I would say that maybe you have to think whether your area where you can plant roses and varieties allow you to plant unlimited quantity, or maybe a lot of flowers, a lot of varieties, then you can plant it. But and of course, depending on your region and on your weather conditions and which summers do you have, but in general, this variety is very popular here in Ukraine. Many gardeners plant it, and not all of them also have very fantastic impressions, because their impressions very likely to mine. But for many of them, of course, it behaves very great, very nice, very good, and they adore this variety. Because if you adore and if you fond of floristic varieties of rose, such globular forms of flowers, then it will suit to you. It also has some fragrance very pleasant, not very strong, but it is still noticeable. And back to Ukraine reality, I have to inform and had to admit that during these days, during the end of February and beginning of March, Russian troops in 2014, 10 years ago, Russian troops, they invaded Crimea Peninsula, and they started occupation day by day, city by city. So they occupied in March. Finally, they occupied the whole peninsula, Crimean Peninsula. Then they annexed this, and they have provoked a so-called referendum, and they joined Crimea to their terrorist state. Of course, illegal, because this they broken, of course, every international legislation, law, and our official borders of sovereign European country, Ukraine. So 10 years ago, they started invasion, and this war, it lasts at least 10 years already. The 22nd year, 2022, the whole scale invasion became but first and initial steps in the occupation of Ukraine. They started in 2014. So Catalina would be grateful for your comments, for your feedback. If you have this variety, what are your impressions? How do you cure it, and how it behaves in your climate? Whether you apply some pesticides to it, or maybe it has strong resistance to diseases in your garden, in your area. Would be grateful for any activity. Support Ukraine in any possible way. You can even share a video. You can even share what you heard about Ukraine, because every day, of course, every night, that Russia terrorist state, their troops, and they still attack us, citizens, civilian cities, and without any break. Thanks for listening, thanks for attention. Till the next video, and bye.